Hey, what's going on everyone? Thank you for tuning into the Tech Medic, where you learn the basics of software and also get some reviews. So today, it's going to be a special video. We are going to talk about how to operate the Mac OS. This video is especially geared for those who have never operated a Mac and say they've only used a Windows PC their entire life. All right, so let's say you went ahead and you did it. You stepped up, you got that brand new piece of technology that you've heard so much about, and you want to dig right into it. But you can't.
No, God!
You have no clue how to even turn this thing on. It's intimidating, it's something that you're not used to. You feel like a deer in the headlights. Despite feeling like this deer in the headlights, you still decided to cross over and come to the dark side. But it's actually much brighter over here. The grass is greener. All you got to do is ask Daddy Tim Cook, who'll tell you all about it. Okay, so you've purchased your new Mac. You opened it up, you have it in front of you on the desk. You open the screen and you hear that iconic sound and you see that bright apple that everybody sees when they open up their first Mac. What do you do next? That's a good question, because now we're going to talk about everything that you need to know about operating your Mac for beginners. Stay tuned, and if you haven't already done so, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe, especially if you like this content and you want more content like it. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that introduction. It's a little bit different than what I normally do, and if you didn't like it, I'm going to go ahead and apologize to you for it now. But let's go ahead and actually dig into what you came here for. So, in order to use a Mac, it's important to understand where everything is on it. So at the top of the screen is an area that is referred to as the menu bar. This is where you will find certain options for your computer, Finder, or whatever application that you might be using. And on the very bottom is another area that's referred to as the dock. This is where you keep your favorite applications. And what's great about the dock is that it's completely customizable. You can make it bigger, smaller, or even choose to keep it pinned to the bottom or left and right side of your screen. And lastly, this area is referred to as the desktop. This is where you perform your workflow and can keep some files here if you choose to. Okay, so now that you have the three main areas of your Mac down, let's go ahead and move on. If you look to the top left of your screen, you're going to notice an Apple icon. Clicking on this will drop down some options to select, such as About This Mac. And this has information that's personalized for your computer, such as storage and your serial number, etc. So one thing to remember, it's always important to protect your serial number, so never screen record or stream and click on that Apple icon and select About This Mac without being aware of this. So some other selectable options after clicking the Apple logo include your system preferences, and this is comparable to My Computer on Windows. Some other things are recent items, force quit, which is for those applications that choose not to respond, and the place where you can choose to shut down, restart, or put your Mac to sleep. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on System Preferences. And this is where you're going to find a lot of options such as General, your desktop and screensavers, and accessibility. But for now, we're going to go into General. And in here, you can do many things. You can change the appearance of your computer, make it light mode or dark mode, and change different accent colors such as green, yellow, blue, pink, and just make it your own thing. So we're going to go back. I'm going to show you what the desktop, how you change your desktop. And there's many different pictures, and you can click on what you want in order to customize it to match your personality. So we're going to go ahead and go back, and you'll see that there's different things such as notifications, security, and privacy. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the trackpad. Apple was known for their trackpads, and for good reason, but you can see that you have different options: tap to click and force click and haptic feedback. But you also notice some different gestures such as zooming in or out, smart zoom, and rotating. And also there's some other gestures you can do. You can swipe between pages using your fingers, swiping up with 3 fingers for your mission control, and so forth. But let's go ahead and go back and I'll show you how to set up your email. So when you go back, you'll notice that there's a blue icon called Internet Accounts. When you click on it, you have a wide range of different options such as your iCloud, Google, Yahoo, and AOL. So what you do, you just click on whatever service you use, you'll log into it, and as long as you get the correct emails and passwords, you'll be able to log in and sign in and have your email directly sent to your mail application. So it's literally that easy to set up your mail application and get email directly sent to you. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Finder application. Finder, like I told you earlier, is pretty much the My Computer for the Mac operating system. So what we're going to do, I want to go ahead and open up some Safari, and if you look at the top, you'll see that the menu bar changed. It went from Finder to Safari, and that changes anytime that you open up an application. So for those of you who are more familiar with the Windows laptop or operating system, you'll notice in the top right hand corner of the web browser there isn't a close or a minimize button like there is in a Windows web browser. But instead, when it comes to Mac OS, if you look in the top left hand corner of the web browser, you'll notice that this is where you'll find the close and minimize buttons. So once we exit out of here, one thing that I want to show you is if you look down at the dock where the internet browser and Finder application are, that there are 2 black dots. These black dots indicate that the individual applications are actually running in the background. So if you notice that while using your MacBook that it's starting to slow down or it's not performing the way it should, if you look down at your dock and you see these black dots, you can start to close some of these out. And the way that you're going to do this is by going to the application with your mouse and right-clicking on it and scrolling all the way to the bottom and choosing the option to quit. And by the way, important piece of information for you, in order to actually right-click on a MacBook, what you're going to do is force touch on the trackpad using 2 fingers, and when you do this, it actually does a right-click. So I'm going to go ahead and show you something very useful, and I wish that I would have actually had these whenever I first started operating my Mac. So these are some keyboard shortcuts. I'm going to go ahead and enlarge them for you so you can have a better look at them. But what these do, they can make your life much less complicated when trying to navigate the operating system. And if I were you, I'd go ahead and screenshot these so that you have them for later in the future. So the next thing that I want to show you is how to delete an application. And it is actually very easy to do. It'll take you no time. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and open up Finder, go down to our applications, and scroll down. And for this example, I'm going to show you how to delete the application Twitch. So I'm going to right click on it, click on Move to Trash. Or if I really wanted to, I could actually grab hold of the Twitch application and from there drag it to the trash can located in the bottom right of the screen. So in order to empty your trash can, there's 2 ways of doing this. So the first way of doing this is mousing over to your trash can and opening it up and going to the empty button located in the window. Now the second way of doing this, which I find to be the easiest way, is going to the trash icon and right clicking, and from there you can empty your trash can. So now that you know how to delete something off your computer, the next thing I want to talk about is Spotlight Search. Spotlight Search is pretty much the search engine of your computer. It does many different things. If you want to find something on your computer, it'll find it. If it's stored locally, you can also find things that are only found on the internet. For example, finding definitions or finding conversions to currency or to the metric system or anything that you may have a question about. It's time to move on with our adventure. Our adventure is going to take us over to the top right-hand side of the screen, to the Notification Center. The Notification Center has a lot of information for you. There are things that you can toggle on and off, bars that you can slide for your display and your sound. And the best part about this is that all of this can be customized to your liking. The number one thing that I most enjoy about using this is that Apple really pulled through whenever they came out with macOS Big Sur. So they most definitely cleaned up the look of the software, and they included icons that are pretty familiar to a lot of people, especially those who have an iPhone or an iPad, and this makes it easier to get acclimated to using the macOS software. To conclude this video, there is one more thing that we must go over. We need to go over the App Store. The App Store is the home of all of the Apple verified applications that are available. They range from creativity to games to app development, etc. It's very simple to use. All you have to do is go over to the application that you want and hit the Get button. But there's one important thing that you must remember. You have to sign in to your iCloud if you haven't already done so. You can do this in your system preferences and sign in. And once you've done this, you're free to get whatever application or game that your heart desires. All right, congratulations, you have made it to the end of this tutorial. I hope that you were able to learn something today. And if you have any questions about anything, please type them in the comments section. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and if you would like more content like this. I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and thank you for watching.